Okay, good evening everybody. My name's Emma Finlinson and I am the Deputy Curriculum Leader for Physics, Computer Science, Electronics and IT at WQE. And it's my pleasure this evening to talk to you about our Level 2 IT courses at the college. Okay, so just so you know the way that this discussion is going to go, I'll first do an introduction about the different types of courses that we offer at Level 2 in IT. We'll talk a little bit about the content of the different courses. Then we'll move on to how each of the courses is assessed and the progression, as in what you can do after you've completed our courses. We'll look at the entry requirements, so you know what you need to get onto the qualifications in the first place, and then lastly we'll look at some examples of student work. So I've got to show you. Okay, so at Level 2 in IT we offer two different levels, sizes of course, and they are both certificated by the Cambridge Exam Board, so it's OCR. So the first one is the Level 2 Cambridge Technical Extended Certificate in IT, and that is the equivalent of 2 GCSEs. So you would, finish the course at the end of 1 year with 2 GCSE equivalents. Okay. So this, the smaller size course is 6 sessions of teaching per week, and over the whole year we cover 4 different units over a range of different subjects around IT. Okay, so that's the smaller sized course. We also offer a larger size, which is basically double the size of the extended certificate, and that is the Level 2 Cambridge Technical Diploma in IT. And the larger course here is worth 4 GCSEs, and again, it's covered over 1 year. So at the end of that year, you would be leaving the course with the equivalent of 4 GCSE grades. Because it's a larger course, and there's more to cover, this is taught in 10 sessions a week, so you have 10 teaching sessions, and we have to cover 7 different units over the year. So you can see the difference that the extended certificate is worth 2 GCSEs and the diploma is worth double that, so it's 4 GCSEs, and of course you cover more units in the larger size of course. Okay, so just to give an example of some of the content in the courses, obviously the larger size course, as I said, does cover more different units and a broader range simply because it's larger. But we do offer different units, and this is an idea of some of the units that we do offer. So we look at a whole unit around website development, where you will be given a scenario, a business for which you need to develop a website. So you would take the web development process all the way from start to the end product. So you would get a brief from the customer or the business involved that would give you an idea of what they want you to create in the website. Then, of course, you would create the planning documents and the layout of how you're going to organise the website. And all the design features and interactivity would be discussed in that section. And then finally, you would be coding and creating your own fully functioning website for the customer, including lots of, accessibility features. So, for example, if a user is visually impaired, you would have the option of increasing the text size and things to make it easier for different users to access the website. We also offer a unit on computer graphics, and this is where you would have the opportunity to explore a whole range of different graphic software, ranging from sort of beginner level software like Serif Draw Plus, moving right through to the industry standard, which is the Adobe package, including Photoshop and Illustrator. So you would be looking at the benefits and disadvantages of the different types of software available, as well as creating different graphical images. So you would be expected to create a logo for a business, a cartoon representation of a famous person or of yourself if you choose to do yourself as a cartoon. So you would be creating, high-level professional work in that computer graphics unit. Okay. Kind of related to the computer graphics unit is an animation techniques unit that we offer also. So you know, obviously taking a still graphical image, the next step would be to create an animation from that. So, you know, creating multiple versions that are slightly different to create an animated sequence. So again, you would be given a scenario, a story, and you would need to develop your animation plans and develop a storyboard which would explain, you know, how your animation is going to run, what happens in the animation, what the characters are, what they do. And then, of course, you would physically make this animation and the whole sequence, you know, so you would be using different techniques to animate various sprites and various images to make them into a moving image with an end product. We also offer a unit about mobile communications. So you will be looking at all of the issues around mobile communications and the way they are developing. You know, obviously we've got 5G now, and looking at the history of how we've got to the stage that mobile technologies are at now. You would also need to be doing some practical work for that unit also. So you would be setting up the communication system via mobile devices as required in the assignment that would give you the instructions in there. Okay, the final one that I've got on this slide, there are other options that we do offer, but this is quite an important one as well. So it's working in the IT industry. You know, the IT industry is, of course, one that is always changing. There are new developments of hardware, software all the time. So it's a very fast-paced environment in which to work. So we will be exploring and looking at the different job roles that are available in the IT industry and looking at the qualifications that you need to, you know, to get into these various different fields in IT, and also looking at, you know, the availability of these jobs and the salary, of course, as well. So that's a very interesting unit also. As I've said previously, these are just some of the units that we offer. It's just to give you a taste, really. We do offer other content and other units also. Okay, so we've talked about the units. Now let's have a discussion about how this course is assessed, how both of the courses are assessed. So the good news, if you don't like written formal exams, is it is assessed by 100% coursework. Okay, so there are no exams in either the extended certificate or the diploma at level 2. So what would happen is you would, of course, do the practical work and the theoretical work in the classroom, and you will be given an assignment, and basically you would create the work that the assignment is asking you to create, and then you would hand that into the teacher for marking. Okay. So examples of the work that you may be expected to do in the assignment would be various PowerPoints with the speech attached to that. You may be asked to do reports, and of course presentations as well. And practical work. So I've mentioned about the computer graphics unit. Of course, you will be creating some graphical images, and the animation unit and the website development unit also have end products that you would be expected to be assessed on. So these courses are assessed in slightly a different way to a GCSE. They are assessed via a system of pass, merit, distinction and distinction star. Okay, so distinction star is the highest grade that you can get. You can only get that in the whole qualification. Okay, so you can't achieve a distinction star in each unit. However, if you get distinctions in all the units, you will finish up with a distinction star at the end. Okay, so that's the grading and how these courses work. So a pass, merit and distinction with a distinction star hopefully is an overall grade at the end. Okay, so looking at progression routes, so, you know, thinking about what you can do after you've completed your level 2 courses in IT at WQE. The next logical step would be to take your knowledge to the next level onto a level 3 BTEC National in IT. So that is then moving on to the A-level equivalent of BTECs in IT, and we offer different sizes of course there also. Briefly, just to explain, they come in a size that is equivalent to 1, 2 or 3 A levels. So you can choose completely do everything in IT and get three A-level equivalents in it, or you can choose to study a couple or 3 subjects, just like you would in an in an A-level program, sorry. Another route that you could take would be to go into an apprenticeship. There are some very high quality IT apprenticeships out there. You need to make yourself competitive to get into them. And there are various ones that you can gain access to, including specific ones for becoming an IT technician or website development or in the networking field also. Last but not least, of course, there's employment. So the level 2 courses in IT would give you qualifications that would enable you to enter into the employment sector in an IT job. Okay, and of course, there are other options that you could also take. Okay, so the entry requirements. So the grades that you need to get onto the level 2 courses in IT, you will require to have 5 GCSEs at a grade D or a 3 and above. We also accept equivalent to GCSEs. You would need to have a GCSE English language at grade D or a 3 and above. And you would also you possibly could have a level 1 in IT, but it's not necessary. I mean, when you enter into the level 2 in IT, we will take you through from the beginning anyway. So if you've got a level 1 in IT before you join, fantastic. But if you haven't, it doesn't really matter because we'll take you through from the beginning anyway. Okay, so just some examples of some student work that was created by students last year in the graphic design unit. So as you can see here, we've got the graphical image and the picture it was taken from. So it's the Joker from the original Joker film. It's a nice quality graphic design that a student made. Here is Steph Curry, who is an NBA All-Star. So again, some lovely quality in the detail and the shading on the face there. And last but not least, we've got Heisenberg. Again, you can see, the great detail that the student has put into the work, and this is the kind of standard that we're expecting at for the level 2 courses. Okay, so if you do have any questions about, any of the courses at WQE or in particular about any IT courses, you can please enter our website, which is www.wqe.ac.uk. Or if you prefer to, and you have a query and a question and you want to send an email, please do send an email to admissions@wqe.ac.uk. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.